again, I like to argue from a place of actually knowing stats, but I would argue, and I want everybody in here, if you're in a car riding for 2 hours, you listen to music. Granted, it's different if you're actively listening, but most people passively listen to music. Let's be honest, right? So if you're actively, you might just be like you're on the aux. But for the most part, you might select a song or two, but usually you either select the artist you like or the genre you like, and you let it play. Not everyone's selecting every song they want to like. It's a reason why like this is the difference between music and like say the movies. Like if I'm gonna watch a show or I'm gonna watch a movie say on Netflix, it's a fucking 2 hour thing that requires active attention. Mm-hmm. Music I consume is never active. The only time I listen to music on an active level is when I'm on stream, where I am sitting here listening to music. I listen to music while I'm in the shower, I'm washing my fucking balls, when I'm trying to cook, when I'm playing with my dog, when I'm fucking driving. I got shit to do. It's something, it's reason why like you never hear about an elevator movie, you hear about elevator music. So like it's something that's really done passively, and it's kind of like inconceivable to really think that there's the majority or even a large majority of fans that are just sitting in a car or sitting with their earbuds on and they're selecting the majority of the songs. So
it's not a matter of selecting individual songs. It's a matter of listeners create their own playlist. They take 2 songs off the new.
True.
This guy's album, 2 songs off this album, 2, and they create their own playlist, which is where, for me, majority of my streams come from listeners' own playlist and profile and my profile. And my response to all the people who say, well, no, because, majority is editorial playlists and you need that. It's like, well, hold on. This is where it gets confusing for me.
Yeah.
If these people are as popping as y'all say they are, why is their music only going to perform well if it's in a playlist? Where are their real fans at who will just listen to them regardless? Which one is it?
Okay.
Do they have such a real fan base and they're so popping? Or do they rely on majority passive listeners who only will listen if it's in a playlist? Which one is it? Which one is it?
That's a great point. I love that point, by the way. And this is why, like, me knowing your history, and I'm always in tune with like, your opinions or your narrative about the industry or music as a whole. I feel like, and I have the pick with me and you on Everyday Struggle. I feel like Russ, who had a chip on his shoulder, who probably wasn't as accomplished as you are now.
Just young and immature, to be honest.
But I feel like you would feel the same way, though. And what I mean by this, you have carved out a lane, and you're right. Like, I just looked up the stats you tweeted out. Like, you actually showed your Spotify for artists. You don't rely on algorithmic or even editorial playlist as compared to some artists. So you're speaking from the point of view where it's never helped you. So I know you're saying, well, what happened to y'all and y'all real fans? But I could make the point to say that's why some of your songs, which I enjoy, probably don't go 5 to 6 time platinum. I see when you post a plaque saying, yeah, it's a real accomplishment, and you should of course be proud when it goes gold and it goes platinum. But these songs could have been 10 times bigger, right? And obviously,
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not disagreeing with you that playlisting would make my songs bigger. What I have a hard time wrapping my head around is if these guys are so much bigger than me, and if everybody, what are all the comments always? Who's Russ? We don't even know you. We haven't heard a song. Okay, but the antithesis of that is that all these other guys, y'all do know, and y'all do know these songs. So if that's the case, if they are so much bigger and more popping than me, meaning more fans, why do they need playlists if I don't? That doesn't make sense. Something's not adding up.
Because the industry is built on playlisting. This is true. And let me ask you a question. All right, compared to the screenshot you put up, it showed 3% editorial playlist. What percent plays do you think Drake gets? Just a spitball here. We obviously don't know the real number, but what percent do you think he gets? And I'm trying to say that
I would say 20 to 30.
No way. I would say nothing less than 40. Like, Drake is an artist that they're super serving to people.
Let's go down that road if you want to, right? 40%.
Mm-hmm.
That is still not majority, and it's still not the 80 or the 90 or the numbers that have been getting tossed around. People are acting like if you don't get on editorial playlists, then how will my fans hear my music? It's like, I thought y'all had a shit ton of fans. Where they at?
Well,
Where
well,
they at?
well,
Where are your fans at? This is what's confusing to me. Because if all these dudes supposedly bigger than me, more streams, da 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 da, then why do they need playlists if I don't? If y'all are such bigger fans of them than fans of mine are of me, then why aren't y'all streaming their shit without playlists? Where y'all at?